At Defend Analytics, we've realized that the best way to detect fraud, waste, and abuse in your data is to leverage technology. By working smarter, business owners and financial professionals can swiftly identify errors in their customer and vendor processing. Not only detect fraud patterns, but by running the reports, they can develop an aura of deterrence throughout the organization that someone is watching, which can stop a fraudster from ever starting their patterns in the first place. And we have to mention that reviewing your data consistently leads to insights that can force a redesign of your specific business processes. To support our approach, the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners noted in their 2014 study that waiting for a management tip or law enforcement to detect a fraud led to a much more costly and longer event. By moving to a proactive surveillance using Defend Analytics, an organization can experience a minimum 3 times less in loss while cutting the time to detect frauds in half. So how do we do it? The Defend Analytic Workbook focuses on the main inflows and outflows of the organization, the customer and vendor activity respectively. With over 40 reports at your disposal, the Defend Workbook first provides a statistical overview which easily identifies outliers and trend variances over time. Then we move to situations where there is important data missing, entered incorrectly, or altered after the fact, a clear sign of a fraudster cleaning their tracks. Then we focus on transactions that relate directly to employees or government watch lists that are also prone for concern. Similarly, any activity that is posted to avoid detection, such as weekend transactions, are clearly suspect and highlighted for additional review. Last but not least, an extensive set of duplicate tests are run on your business partner master file and transactional data to improve not only the efficiency of working with business partners, but to also identify cash savings such as duplicate payments. So let's get right into the Defend Workbook, which summarizes all of the reporting in an executive summary of key resulting statistics. Once reviewed, we can move to the report summary, where each report is defined in detail just by clicking on the report line and selecting the Report button from the Defend ribbon. This view also provides access to all of the completed reporting in one place for customer and vendors. You can get to chart information or data information for each report. Just pick the report you want to drill into. First off, let's take a look at a common fraud detection test, Benford's Law, which highlights non-random numbers. Random numbers, such as accounts payable payments, will display a pattern of first digits where the first digit will be the number 1 30% of the time, the number 2 18% of the time, and so forth. With Defend, we can highlight vendor payments that repeat over and over again, such as this case of $5,000, or have a similar nature to them where they start with the first digit of 4 as well as repeat. Not that all of these occurrences are fraud, but people tend to stick to their habits, and when making fraudulent payments, they tend to pick the same numbers over and over again. Defend cuts right to the chase by completing the calculations and highlighting deviations over 20% by vendor. To find some cash, let's take duplicate payments for an example, and we can go to the data associated with those duplicate payments, which are ranked based on the largest duplicate payment sequence, and this is in the transactional view. Just select the Vendors tab in order to see the vendors associated with those duplicate payments, and by selecting the vendor name and the customer vendor link from the Defend ribbon, we can learn more about that vendor and all of the reports that that vendor shows up on. To get back, just use the back button on the Defend ribbon and it brings you right back to the report summary. The Defend ribbon is an indispensable tool to get you almost anywhere or learn more about a section of processing in one simple click. We hope you enjoyed this overview, and please feel free to contact us at defend.net to learn more and to get you started analyzing your business critical data.